Flatworms are unsegmented bilaterally symmetrical worms that lack a colon but that do have three germ layers, which are endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm. Some forms are free-living, but many are parasitic. Flatworms include a large number of parasitic forms, some of which are extremely damaging to human populations. Schistosomiasis is the most important Platyhelminthes disease affecting humans, causing much suffering and some death. Over 2 million people are infected with the causative agents in tropical countries. Flatworms have a cephalized nervous system that consists of a head ganglion, usually attached to longitudinal nerve cords, that are interconnected across the body by transverse branches. Excretion and osmoregulation by flatworms is controlled by flame cells located in the protonephridia. Flatworms are a respiratory or circulatory system. These functions take place by absorption through the body wall. Non-parasitic forms have a simple, incomplete gut. Even this is lacking in some parasitic species.
These are the movements of some of the flatworms, and they are controlled by longitudinal, circular, and oblique layers of the muscle. Others move along slime trails by beating of epidermal cilia. However, the development of directional movements is correlated by cephalization, the concentration of sense organs, nervous control, and anterior end of the body, forming a head and brain both during evolution and in the course of the embryo's development. Now, in some of the flatworms, the process of cephalization has included the development in the head region of light-sensitive organs called ocelli. Other sense organs found in at least some members of the groups include chemoreceptors, balance receptors, and receptors that sense water movement. Most flatworms can reproduce sexually or asexually. Most are monoecious. Most of these have developed ways of avoiding self-fertilization. Development may be direct. Eggs hatch into tiny worms that resemble the adults, or indirect, with a solitated larval form. Phylum live near everywhere on land, in both fresh and marine waters, as well inside other animals.
Nemertea are a group of invertebrates sometimes referred to as ribbon worms or proboscis worms. They receive the strange name ribbon worm because of the great lengths of some of the animals in this phylum, and proboscis worm because they have proboscises, a key feature that sets them apart from other phylum, like Nematoda. The longest worm of this phylum is Lineus longissimus, a worm that can grow up to 100 feet long, which is roughly 30 meters. Though most of the animals in this phylum are marine bottom dwellers, some live in freshwater and even tropical land habitats. Nemertea's most distinctive feature, though, is their proboscis, an elongated appendage protruding from the head of the worm, mostly used to help them feed. Some of the worms even have stylets at the tip of their proboscises. This barb-like feature helps them break through shells, allowing them to feed on some mollusks in accompaniment with crustaceans. These amazing animals also have rhynchals, a tubular cavity where they hold their proboscises. Some things that set these animals apart is their complete digestive tract, full with a separate mouth and anus, making them more complex than flatworms. They have a lateral nerve cortex, but we are yet to understand why the nerves are placed where they are. As you can see, this phylum has some pretty cool aspects to it, and even though we don't understand everything about them now, we might one day.
The simple worms of Phylum Nematoda are more complex than those in both Phylum Platyhelminthes and Phylum Nemertea, but they still lack true body segments. Nematodes are described as being long, thin, and hair-like. Most are microscopic, but some can grow to be several meters long. They also lack a visually distinct head or tail. The most distinct feature of Phylum Nematoda is the cuticle, which is a strong and flexible outer layer that supports and protects the worm, aids its movement, and maintains its internal pressure, which gives the worm its distinct round shape. Like worms in Phylum Nemertea, nematodes have a one-way digestive system, giving them a separate mouth and anus. Though unlike Phylum Nemertea, nematodes are pseudocoelomates and have an incomplete body cavity in which the mesoderm only loosely holds the internal organs together, and is largely unorganized in comparison to the coelomates in Phylum Nemertea. Most nematodes are parasitic and can live in almost any environment, and they're found commonly in the bodies of other animals and plants, including humans.